right. Now we're recording again.
Videos on InShot on my. You know what? Have any idea what InShot is?
No.
Exactly. It is a fantastic video editing program that I can do on my phone.
It's not. It's not.
It's better.
It's
than
not
Premiere.
like. It's not. It's not name brand. Okay.
Yeah, and what did name brand get you? Fucking
Echo.
echoey ass fucking windy fucking audio. God damn it. The fuck.
Sound in the chambers of comrade.
Bullshit. All right, we're doing the rest of this on Audacity. You
Yes, we
recording
are.
right now?
Yeah, I'm recording right now,
All right, we'll pause it.
and we're recording.
You as a policy / political pleb, no offense.
Mm-hmm. None taken. I don't even know what that meant.
Do you now? You know that I'm a very hardcore Joe Biden supporter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding, obviously. Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. I just wanted to say yeah.
And Bernie Sanders wants to do what? What is Bernie Sanders' big policy?
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yeah. Healthcare for everybody.
Yeah, healthcare for
Free
everyone.
healthcare. Sorry. Free healthcare for everybody.
It's not free.
Okay. Well.
He's never said it's free.
Okay. Not free, but like.
Nothing is free
Not free.
unless you're a billionaire.
Universal
for some fucking
healthcare.
reason.
Okay.
Unless you're a billionaire and you have all the money in the world, nothing is free for you. Because
it just works like that.
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
We want to provide healthcare to everyone. Same way Canada, Singapore, the UK,
Mm-hmm.
Australia, many, 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 many other countries. We're literally the only developed nation in the entire world.
What about Tokyo?
I'm positive Japan provides healthcare.
Okay.
Positive. We are the only developed nation in the entire world that does not guarantee healthcare as a right to its citizens.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to talk about healthcare exactly.
Before we get on that, see, I'm 20 years of age.
Yes, I am 25.
You're 25, so you'd basically get cut off from insurance. I'm 5 years away from that.
I'm not
How
on my
does-
mom's insurance anyways.
Okay, anyways, well, how does that work for someone like me, though? Healthcare.
Well, you know what? This is a great opportunity to get into this.
Okay.
Mother, I'm talking to you. Specifically right now. Mima.
Because I don't know, like, if you go on a website, buy healthcare, I don't know any of that.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
But right now, I'm talking to my mother. Because
Okay.
she's going to listen to this. Because she said something very stupid. Just a few days ago. Where we were driving back from Costco. My mother's preferred choice of shopping. Costco. Only place she goes. Because it's her choice.
Same with my grandma.
My mother. So I talked shit about Warren to my mom because first my mom first she liked Biden,
Yeah.
then she liked Kamala Harris, and she liked Pete Buttigieg.
Mm-hmm.
All people that
Or
don't
ass.
stand a chance in hell against Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm.
nor will do anything to change the system, and also will just ultimately re-elect another corrupt Republican who would just fuck us all over again, or just a more corrupt Democrat who would just fuck us all over again.
Yeah.
So obviously my mom doesn't pay attention to politics,
Yeah.
even though I ask her and she said, I work for the government. My job is politics. Yeah, but you don't pay attention to politics.
What does she do?
She doesn't. You don't, mommy. Love you, but no, you don't. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to politics. So I have convinced my mother. She says that she's going to vote for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Because I do nothing but spew about Bernie Sanders to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring up interviews of black people in support of Bernie Sanders. Because
do you just do hey,
that's-
let me ask you
that's-
something. Do you just do this when you're with your mom?
what, talk about politics?
Yeah, you're just chilling in the living room with her and then bust out a video of Bernie Sanders.
Not necessarily Bernie Sanders. I show her black people in support of Bernie Sanders
Oh, okay.
because that's how you speak to her. Get a black person to say it.
She very pro pro-black. You know what I mean? Stand with the brotherhood.
She's pro-black. So she surprised me the other day, or like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
She's a big Obama fan.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for Obama
You
because I
did?
turned 18 when he was running for re-election,
Oh, okay.
his second term.
Okay.
And that was also 18, right? That was 18? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was 18. Yeah,
I
that was definitely 18. I was 18. I was trying to think. Do you have to be 18 to vote? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Well, yeah. You were definitely you were 18.
Yeah, I was 18.
That was
also the same year.
I was 11.
That was Stop trying to make me feel old, okay? But
Wait, not 11.
no, you're
13.
definitely not
13.
11.
I was 13.
Yeah, you're not
I was
11.
13. I was 13.
But that was the same year that Halo 4 came out on Xbox 360. The only reason I voted for that motherfucker, Obama,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about him. I didn't care about politics or anything of the sort at the time. I didn't really know what the fuck he stood for or anything, or I only knew that I was a socialist because I aligned my views with more of socialist people. I didn't know about Bernie Sanders at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I voted for Barack Obama on a deal with her, with my mother, that if she took me to the midnight release of Halo 4, I would vote for Obama the very next day. So she took me to the midnight release
So
of Halo 4.
The only reason why you got Obama got your vote off of Halo 4
is because my mother took me to the midnight release of Halo 4 at GameStop.
I thought it was gonna be some other shit right now. I was waiting to hear because he's the brother. I was black. He's black, and he's the first black president.
Fuck no.
That's not.
Fuck no. My preferred choice is an old Jewish dude. What the fuck?
See, this is what I didn't know. I didn't know 18-year-old you. You could have been a whole different person. 18-year-old you could
I
have been.
wasn't a
like,
whole different person, but I didn't give a shit about politics.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I voted for Obama. Now my mother surprised me a couple weeks ago when she said that. Well, I was talking about presidents or whatever in general, and she said that the president that she loves or whatever. 'Cause I think I asked her somewhere around like, what was the last president that she really liked as a candidate, like at his actual platform or anything.
Yeah, like what he stood for, you stood for too. You agreed with all that.
Yes, and she says that the only president she's ever loved is Obama. And I said, well, and then she cut me off and said he didn't do shit for us, but I still love him. Just, oh, okay. I'm surprised that you would admit that.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna try and go to bat for him. Because I was about to say he
make
didn't.
an argument for something.
Make some bullshit argument.
Like Obama did this and that, but
I was about to say he didn't do shit for you or anyone. But I'm even though she loves him for no reason at all, just because he's the first black president.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, she knows and will admit that he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit for anybody.
He didn't do shit politically, but the country was very happy.
Yeah, the country was very happy.
It was ecstatic.
Well,
I remember even being at that age, I was happy.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, we weren't ecstatic.
We're from the Bay Area.
Okay.
We're as urban as it gets out here. So when a black guy is about to become president, you don't think the Bay Area is gonna be wildin'.
I don't care about down south. That's stupid out there.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of the
country.
country just wanted to hang him.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about places like California.
Yeah, and we have the most people, so
California, Oregon. I mean, come on, Oregon. Some white people could have been happy out there.
Yeah, a lot of white people were happy with Obama. Or also a lot of them were people today. Now that Trump is president, would admit or would say that there's no such thing as white guilt, but they voted for the black guy out of white guilt. I voted for Barack Obama twice. There's no such thing as white guilt.
Who did he go against in that
Trump
election?
2020.
Who did he go against in that election in his second term?
Second term?
Like going
Mitt
first-
Romney was the first.
Mitt Romney.
It was
John McCain.
John McCain. But John McCain wasn't John McCain was in the one with Mitt Romney, wasn't he?
I'm not sure. I just searched up verses and it came up.
I didn't pay attention to politics back then.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
it
can't.
was-
I remember John McCain because I remember that clip of John McCain going viral, and that gave me a lot more respect for John McCain than I ever had before.
Yeah.
Was a clip of John McCain at one of his rallies, and this racist white lady stands up and starts talking about how he's a Muslim. You can't trust him. He's a Muslim, and he got the point wrong, but his heart was in the right place. He stands up and he just no, sit down. He's a decent man. He's a decent family Christian man. He's a decent man. He's not a Muslim. No, sit down. So he scolded one of his supporters on the spot for making up some bullshit about Obama, about him being a fucking Muslim. Now, what he should have said was something around the lines of, what the fuck does it matter if he is a Muslim? He's not. He's a Christian.
He's
But
proven that.
What the fuck would it matter if he was a Muslim? Muslim is not evil. Like, what the so he kind of missed the point, but his heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that.
We'll give him some points for
Why don't
that.
you tell your girlfriend we're recording?
My girlfriend is very. You don't know what happened this morning.
She keeps calling.
She's calling me constantly because there's something happened this morning.
All right, well, I hope everything's okay. Anyways, yeah, let's get back on
Healthcare.
on topic, not just healthcare.
Well, the Bernie Sanders
But
topic.
I want to talk to you about just socialized programs in general. Do you know what socializing a program means? So
No.
if you watch CNN or MSNBC or other bullshit or Fox News or pay attention to the straight mainstream media, they'll say, oh, Bernie Sanders wants to socialize everything. He's going to turn this into a socialist country.
Yeah.
So I wish I had the clip prepared. There's a clip of Donald Trump at his rally. I believe it was in Florida. And he's talking, Crazy Bernie wants to turn this into a socialist country. I will never let America be a socialist country. Blah, blah, blah. Socialism is evil. Socialism. Evil, evil, evil. This will never be a socialist country. And then followed literally directly after that rant.
Was it at a rally or at a golf course?
Hold on.
Okay.
Directly after that rant about how bad socialism is, I'm not going to let them cut your Social Security. You see, he's an idiot. So he doesn't realize Social Security. You know what Social Security is, correct?
Yeah, I know what Social Security is.
Social Security, something that millions and millions of people in this country rely on.
Yeah.
Basically, free money, free support, even healthcare,
Yeah.
benefits from the government because you don't make enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to let them take your Social Security, followed by socialism is evil. It's literally in the fucking name.
There's so many. I've watched.
So, firstly, in countries like Finland, so there's a famous clip of, not famous enough, but a famous clip of Bernie Sanders at a rally. Not at a rally, but he's just speaking somewhere. And there's a Finnish guy there, I guess. Fetish? There's a fetish guy there. And Bernie Sanders is speaking. He says, in Finland, they have free college. And a fetish guy stands up and says, you're wrong, Mr. Senator. They pay us to go to college.
Who pays who because of
The Finnish government, or Finnish.
Wait, what's the country again?
Finland.
Finland. It's Finlanders.
Finlanders. That's, I believe they're literally called finishes or finishers or some shit. But Finlanders, in Finland, they pay their citizens to go to school.
Yeah.
Why? Because in a nation where everyone is well educated, does not get their primary source of news or knowledge or information from conspiracy theories on the internet. They don't believe that Barack Obama is a Muslim sent her from ISIS to destroy our country from the inside.
Wait, you just went from 0 to 100. What the hell? So
That's a conspiracy theory.
So Barack Obama was at ISIS.
Barack Obama is the founder of ISIS, sir. He is the founder of ISIS.
You were
He
just
was
talking
sent
about
here.
school for a
He
moment.
was sent here to destroy our country from the inside.
So ISIS was in Hawaii the whole time, brainwashing Obama to become a president,
Exactly.
to get with Michelle, to become president, for him to start ISIS.
Yes,
Okay.
his children are sleeper agents. You see, shit like that. I'm sure there are some cases of extreme shit like that in places like Finland or other countries that literally pay their citizens to go get educated.
Yeah.
But nowhere near on the scale of America.
No.
On America,
No.
there are entire fucking cities full of people that believe dumbass shit like that. Get their news from conspiracy theorists like Alec Jones on the internet. Because they're a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Because they're uneducated. There's another clip of Donald Trump literally at his rally saying, I quote, "I love the poorly educated," while he's
Ooh.
standing before a crowd of his own supporters. I love the poorly educated. And he does, because they made him fucking president.
I didn't make him president.
No, the poorly educated did. That's my fucking point here. Free college for all. Yeah, man. Well, like when everyone in the country is well educated, when everyone has access to proper education, or for one, starting all the way back from elementary to high school to college, when you have access to a good, well-funded education system
Mm-hmm.
throughout your entire life, you don't end up as a fucking idiot.
Don't
That's
say that. Well, it's kind of mean.
mean. What the fuck is the name of this podcast?
Kings of Controversy.
Exactly. Now I know I'm the true king here, but
Oh, that's up for debate. I am the Ice King.
I am the Ice King, motherfucker.
I'm
You
the
just called me mean for calling people a bunch of dumbasses.
If I was a king, I'd call people mean, for sure.
Anyways.
Like that guy over there in that other country, he's mean. Don't start a
Anyways.
war.
Shut up.
Start a war.
Anyways, yes, we have a bunch of dumbasses in this country because why? Because we have
We have a horrible education
we have
system.
horrible education system in America.
Yeah.
Not everyone does.
No, but
There are people literally just
going to
entire neighborhoods of people, majority white people, who have access to great schools, safe neighborhoods, fucking everything they need to just skirt through life.
yeah.
While people, mostly people of color or minorities in this country,
Mhm.
don't. Throughout history, we've been segregated off to certain areas. When slavery ended, we were only allowed to live in certain places, work jobs that were essentially slavery anyways.
Mm-hmm. Same for
And people of color have just been historically disenfranchised here
yeah.
and do not have it so well off as the majority of this country.
Yeah, because when you think about it, for the safe neighborhood part of it, you go to a white neighborhood is safe. You could, do your thing, go to school, let your kids walk to school safely. When you go to a color neighborhood, you have a poorly educated system.
I
And-
lived in Richmond, California.
Yeah,
I went to school 4 cities away in Hercules, California.
yeah, because it was a nicer
4
school.
cities away in a rather small town, Hercules.
Yeah, I know Hercules.
Very clean, very safe.
Yeah,
I can
You
fucking
could-
get
you
off.
could walk-
I
you
can
could-
get off at the bus at the transit station and walk to school without a fucking problem.
yeah.
My house was literally a block away from Richmond High. a block away. It would have taken me 5 minutes to get to fucking school every day.
Yeah.
If I went to Richmond High. Being affiliated with a lot of my family members and people that I grew up around, probably also would have not been standing here today if I went to Richmond High. I'd either be selling drugs somewhere or in a gutter.
So, going from your part to my part, so I actually went to Mills in a very nice neighborhood, which I very thank my mother for, because I actually wanted to go to the school that had gang members and had a bad education system and had people doing horrible things all the time. But instead I went to a good neighborhood, good school, in a rich neighborhood, I should say, with teachers that actually cared and put the time into their students. From this school, I heard, didn't want to really care. People were just, I don't give a fucking class type shit.
See, my mother put fear into me at a very young age for some reason. I don't know why.
Same.
My mom just wanted me to fucking be afraid of everything.
Yeah, same.
Be afraid of getting shot everywhere I go or whatever, even though you fucking moved. Well, first, we did live in Hercules.
Yeah.
From elementary school to middle school, I lived in Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
Then in, like, 8th grade, at the end of middle school, we had to move to Richmond because we couldn't afford to live in Hercules anymore. Obviously, fucking rent, property values, everything skyrocketed, and they kicked our poor asses out.
Yeah.
We could not afford to live in Hercules anymore, but I still wanted to go to school in Hercules because all my friends were in Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Hercules for a large part of my life until I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then we had to go to Richmond. But all the time we lived in Hercules, my mother told me, you need to fear Richmond. Don't go to Richmond. You'll get shot there, boy. You'll get shot if you go to Richmond. Don't you dare don't you go playing around Richmond. You'll get shot and killed there. And then my mom told me we move into Richmond. Oh, what the fuck? You trying to kill me? So yeah, I was afraid of everything. By the time I got to Richmond.
First step in Richmond.
See, the thing is, though, all I heard was Richmond. Richmond is a very large city.
I've never been to Richmond.
Richmond's very large. It spans very large. It's very large. And there's, like, 2 parts of Richmond where you don't have to worry about really anything at.
Okay.
Which is largely the hilltop area,
Uh-huh.
which is where we lived.
Oh, nice.
I didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
My mom didn't fucking tell me that. After
she just told you Richmond.
Told me to be scared of Richmond all my goddamn life, and then suddenly we're living in Richmond. What the fuck?
If you're in a city,
There's a YMCA down the street. For one, in the bad parts of Richmond, there's no YMCA. I had a YMCA down the street. I was afraid to walk past the YMCA.
Why?
A motherfucker in spandex was going to high kick and then shoot me in the fucking chest. I was so goddamn fucking confused as a kid.
He does some acrobatic.
Motherfucker jump off a trapeze and then pull out a Uzi on my ass. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen because all I knew was we was in Richmond and I'm 11.
Oh man.
Anyways, my point is,
you went around Richmond's borders just to go on the other side of the city.
all through high school, and I was taking public transportation. I've always taken public transportation.
Yeah.
The only difference is I only lived a few blocks away from school when I lived in Hercules. Now I live 4 cities away, so I'm passing through Richmond. I'm passing through Pinole. I'm passing through El Burrito? No, El Sobrante.
I thought you were about to say El Super Burrito. Like
El Sobrante, Pinole, and then fucking Hercules.
Uh-huh.
So I had to cross multiple cities in order to get to school every day.
Okay.
So I was terrified as fuck. Because my mom had been pouring fear into me all my goddamn life.
Yeah. I had only one point of that. I wasn't going anywhere. It was really just you can't wear certain colors.
Yeah, that was another thing.
That was just the only thing I had.
That was my mom didn't tell me I can't wear certain. She did at some point, but I didn't really care because red was my favorite color.
Uh-huh.
You see, this was in a time where people of color were still vilified by the mainstream media. Largely, I mean, we still are, but
yeah.
more so on a larger scale back then. So it was my school who actually told me I can't wear red.
Yeah. Same,
But
yeah.
but the school itself would actually stop individual students. There'd be a white guy wearing red shirt, red sweatpants, red shoes, because he thinks he's fly. He's fine. He's going on his merry way.
Yeah.
Black kid walks in, a red hat. Hey, you got to take that hat off. Take that hat. You take that hat off, or I'm sending you back home right now.
Yes.
I'm calling your parents. Come pick you up for wearing that red hat.
Take it off right now into the principal's office.
White guy dressed like a tomato. Go to class. You're fine, sweetie. Go on to class. You're late. Okay, you're fine. It's okay. Black guy, red hat. Do you want to go to jail? You want to be shot?
Are you in a gang?
Are you in a gang? Are you a gang member? Yeah. So it was my school that poured the whole "you can't wear certain colors" shit into us. But yeah. Anyways,
It was the same. Not as bad as you were, but they told us we still did it anyways at our middle school.
so it was bad enough that they eventually put in a dress code.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to wear a certain like uniform, basically khakis, a blue polo shirt, and
Wait, when was
not
this for
red
you?
shoes.
When was this for you?
This
You're
was
25, so
like-
yeah, never mind. Altalum always had that.
yeah,
Yeah, it was it's just
2008, 2006 ish area. I graduated in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, my point is that I had to cross multiple cities in order to get to school to actually go to a safe school.
Yeah.
While people in other countries, the education system is well funded. You don't have to travel multiple cities to get to a safe school.
Yeah.
That school has everything you need: computers, textbooks, everything, gym equipment, whatever you need to make sure that you are getting a good education.
Yeah, of course. That's what Everybody Hates Chris. Like, it's not the whole focus of the show, but that's what in the 80s, that's what a lot of people had to do.
Because it wasn't the thing that he went to like a white school. He was the black kid.
Yeah, he was the only black kid.
Yeah.
He had to travel. He had to take 4 buses all the way from lower Brooklyn to all the way up in Manhattan, up the east side of Brooklyn or something like that.
Yeah, I had
He
to
had to
take
take 4 buses to school.
I had to take 1 or 2. I usually just walk from the transit center,
Mhm.
so I didn't take the second one. But my point is that everyone, all the way up to college, has access to good education,
Mm-hmm.
so that their citizens don't turn out as fucking idiots. And those countries are, surprise, also have socialized healthcare and everything else,
Everything's
many
going
other
great
social
there. The
programs.
grass is greener. Fuck. I walk into an actual gang member neighborhood. It's not even that bad.
Tell me why we don't have free education here.
Money. I don't know, money. That's the only thing I can think of. Money.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Because no one's really put that into place. I don't know. No
No.
one's really focused on that.
No, I'll tell you why. The reason we do not have free college here is because the people at the top, the corrupt politicians,
Uh-huh.
the billionaire businessmen,
Yeah.
the out of touch from reality people who fucking scoff when they see people like you and me.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Those people
That's
sailed
good.
through life.
Yeah.
Those people, also white, largely, sailed through life, coasted through life without a fucking care in the world. And those people pay our politicians to make sure that we do not have stuff like free healthcare, because they want to make sure that it's their blood,
Yeah.
their people that they choose, even people of color. So long as you sell out to the system, let's keep the niche on top. We need to keep this 1% thing going. The people on top need to stay on top.
Yeah.
We don't live in a monarchy, but we came from one. We overthrew a tyrant king to become America today.
Yeah.
The only issue is the people at the top still want to live in a monarchy, and largely they do.
Yeah. Wow.
They are essentially royals, the royal families,
Yeah.
and you and me are filthy fucking peasants.
Yeah, we're peasants at the bottom.
If they provided us with a decent education, and free college, over the decades, those royal families will start getting
Scared.
they'll definitely get scared.
Yeah, and they'll also go down.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
go
go down.
Yeah, they'll go
They'll
down.
it'll even people out more.
Mm-hmm.
Society overall, people who just can't afford an education have no chance in hell of getting one, or will throw themselves into debt where they can't even fucking find a fucking job or whatever after spending fucking thousands and thousands of fucking dollars to
On
get an education.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Those people are
That's
locked in now.
into
So
the
the people who did manage to educate themselves by throwing themselves into horrible debt
Mm-hmm.
now can't afford to crawl out of the hole that they put themselves in. So now they are effectively they're not really in danger, endangering the
that.
people on the top.
Yeah.
They've dug themselves into this hole where they can't get out.
I really started figuring out about college debt until I graduated high school. I never looked at it that way. I never looked at it as people at the top getting their good education, obviously, but then you have people in our area wanting to spend the money to get that education, but then they got it. Now they're $1 million, $500,000 in debt, where they can't even get a good job into the degree that they got. So
They don't have the time
yeah, they don't have
to
the
be
time.
able to help it.
Yeah.
Go abroad.
Yeah.
Go find a job elsewhere to make money back home.
Mm-hmm.
Find a position, some kind of job or anything. They have to work this shitty job at the fucking airport.
Yeah.
They don't
Making $17 an hour.
I got this interview with this pretty good fucking company that I might have an opportunity to be able to dig myself out of this hole with, but fuck, we don't have 4-day work weeks.
It's on my day off. I have to take a day off, and they're gonna fire me. And then I'm gonna, oh man,
I got kids now because fuck, why did I have kids right after college?
She was very pretty. You know, I didn't meet. I just met her at the bar. I
met
never
her at
looked
a
at
random
it.
fucking party, knocked her up, and she showed up in my dorm one day. Fuck, and
Now I gotta move out. I gotta pay for an apartment.
I got kids to take care of. I can't lose this job. I can't lose my job provided health care. I got to take care of my family. Those people are in a hole,
Yeah.
and it's incredibly hard to get out. So providing health care
Mm-hmm.
makes it so that, and I know we're jumping around here, but providing health care,
Well, it fits into the topic that we are in.
providing health care to all citizens makes it so that people with families
Mm-hmm.
do not have to worry about leaving their job because they have to provide health care for their whole family.
Okay.
These people who have educations
Mm-hmm.
don't have to worry about not having health care for their family, or if they want to use their education
Mm-hmm.
to start a business, to create jobs for their community,
Mm-hmm.
and dig themselves out of their hole. Providing health care to all citizens would make it so that you don't have to worry about, that's like a big thing that stops you from starting a business once you have the knowledge to do so.
Yeah.
Is fuck, I have to hire employees, and I'm not gonna get quality employees with fucking, I'm gonna be getting a fucking shitty high school kids or whatever, and this is not the kind of business I'm trying to start. I'm not trying to run a pizza joint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to start a real fucking larger business, something that can grow into something big one day. I need to hire actually educated individuals, people with college degrees themselves.
Yeah.
But those people will not take my job because I can't provide them with health care.
Yeah.
Why would they take my job? They're getting paid minimum wage here, which is not enough to survive in this city. And I can't provide them with health care because I can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
Providing health care to all citizens makes it so
Solves-
people can just do that. You can hire that employee. You can take the
Ooh.
money that you would have previously had to spend
On healthcare.
on
for that
health care for that employee and throw them a little extra cash
Yeah.
above minimum wage.
Yeah, but yeah. Wow.
Yeah, nobody.
That ties into a lot of stuff. Wow.
Yeah, it ties into a lot.
Yeah.
The system
that
here.
just ties. I could grab it. That's how much it ties into. You know what I mean?
The system is rigged so that the people on the bottom, if you come from a home like this,
Yeah.
you graduate, get your degree, you want to go start your business, fuck, you just knocked up your girlfriend. Now you got a family to take care of.
Pause. Pause.
Now
Pause.
Now you got a family to take care of. It's hypothetical.
Yeah. Pause.
Hypothetical.
Pause.
Are we actually pausing?
No.
You got something to tell me?
No.
But yeah, you got your education. Now you got a fucking family on the way.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about providing health care to, and hypothetical, you're now hypothetical pregnant wife.
Yeah.
I need to have health care for this. This is essential.
Yeah.
I can't lose my health care coverage. I've got to take care of my pregnant wife.
Yeah.
I've got kids on the way. I'm just going to fucking take this job. I'm only going to have it for a year or two at tops.
Yeah.
And then I'll move on. I'll try and start my business. Fuck. Now it's 2 years later. Nobody's going to take this shit for the kind of job that I'm trying to, the business I'm trying to open.
Yeah.
I can't hire these kind of people. The people are not going to want this fucking job, the kind of people that I need, because I can't provide health care to them, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Providing health care frees up people with educations to be able to start businesses like that, hire employees, throw that extra money at them so that you can pay them a fair living wage so that they want to work for you, plus they all have health care. Everyone has health care.
Yeah.
Your wife has health care. Your kids have health care. Everyone has health care because it's provided by the government.
Yeah.
Paid for by everyone.
Yeah.
That is how socialized health care works. Now tell me how that doesn't work. We live in the richest country in the entire world.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, that's...
Tell me how it doesn't work. We spend over $40 trillion a year on the military alone. Healthcare, to cover healthcare for the next 10 years, would cost effectively $32 trillion. We spend over $40 trillion a year on the military. If we cut military spending in half, why can't we pay for healthcare for everyone?
I'm looking at the 2015 one. It's just basically all military, and then you have all of this other stuff. And Medicare,
Social Security.
Yeah, Medicare is only 66 billion in 2015. And then everything else looked like it was not provided for. The smallest one was food and agriculture, which
We could take a fraction off of the military and provide health care to every single citizen. But if we did that, the people up top, they get real nervous. Because now we got well-educated people here who are able to dig themselves out of hole because they have less to worry about when they're starting their businesses. And you know how politicians always go off about one thing, and one thing. Jobs. Jobs. I'm going to create jobs. If you provided health care to all of your citizens, you would create millions of jobs.
I never thought of that. Because of the fact that I didn't think of that.
See, people they think healthcare or whatever. Okay, well, yeah, we'll hire more doctors. I don't know.
No, I didn't think of it like
No,
that.
it spans far beyond
I didn't think of it like that.
No, I've heard of actual people doing that shit. I guess if we gave healthcare to everyone, we'll hire more doctors and nurses. It will really expand the medical industry. No, motherfucker, it'll free up everyone. Everyone.
Oh, man.
Well-educated people across this country that are in a fucking hole right now because of the debt that they accumulated getting an education All of those people could now go off and start their own businesses,
Yeah.
create job after job after job after fucking job. And all of that is just going to accumulate as jobs created on a fucking graph. And that's all that the president cares about. How high is that number?
So see, now that I never knew about this. This is the first time actually like learning about this. This is why I wanted to start this podcast for me and everybody else, right?
Yeah, she wanted to call it the Inform Me podcast, which is a really bad.
Horrible name. I don't think a lot of people actually understand how.
Nobody
No.
understands.
I
this.
see. I never knew that. I never knew how important it was.
Nobody sees it as providing health care.
Yeah.
As it
See, when you
most of the
when you-
benefits have nothing to do with the health industry.
Yeah, see, when I learned from like, oh, I start a business, start $10,000, it should be easy, take the risk. You never think about how the healthcare part
You can't hire
and the money
the
part.
people that you need to do this business
can't
unless
just
you're
hire-
fucking starting up a pizzeria somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got my master's degree in archaeology so I can open Joe's Diner.
It's not a bad investment though.
But yeah,
But wow, that's just wow. That
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. So this is why this past presidential election, fucking Donald Trump being the stupid ass he is, he just says we're gonna provide more jobs. You just think that he makes some jobs and jobs will come up, but
yeah, I'm just going to say the word jobs.
Yeah.
I'm going to give huge, gigantic tax breaks to these billionaires,
When,
these trillionaire corporations.
when I was in high school though, and when Barack was president, you look at the articles like, oh, Barack created plenty of jobs for everybody, but now learning about the healthcare and the education system, how that all ties into each other, you really need
It
healthcare
snowballs
to
into
it
everything.
just snowballs. It's a snowball effect. You just really need healthcare to be free for everyone, so it could be so all this other shit could actually help our economy.
This is
But this makes me think, if Bernie becomes president, let's say he does, can this actually happen?
yes. Yes.
He
And
could
I'm
actually
going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you how this can happen. See, the problem is, I'm sure you can see the issue with our Congress, the people in the House, and in the fact that the Republicans have control of the Senate.
Well, yeah.
Bernie Sanders
The
becomes
last
president.
episode.
How the fuck are we going to get this all passed?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how. And it's something that no one else has thought to do for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right. I'm a fucking soldier for Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of his fucking soldiers. I am going to be out there on the front line for his ass.
I'm gonna paint you a picture.
Bernie
of you
Sanders.
holding
Bernie Sanders gets nominated as the Democratic candidate,
Bernie.
which has to happen
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
if anything is going to happen. Then, Bernie Sanders has an entire army of dedicated, well-educated individuals, groups that support him everywhere, all over the country. I showed you that map last time we recorded the last one.
Yeah, you
All
had
over
to
the fucking
cover
country.
up other people. You had to make a second map,
They had to make a second map so that they can show
the other
the
colors.
the second person in second place for donations, so they can show Warren
Yeah.
and everyone else. The only people you could see was Bullock, who just dropped out today, and fucking what's his name, the Texas dude. I forget his name. I think he dropped out a few weeks ago.
No, he didn't. He's still in.
No, he dropped out.
He did?
Yeah, he dropped.
No. Well, I guess
Pretty sure he officially dropped out. I can't even remember his name now, to be honest. But yeah, so I'll tell you how. All across this country, Bernie has amassed a nationwide army that is going to, for one, vote.
destroy everything.
That is That's once we get in office. We'll save that until we get in office. But the second he is nominated as a Democratic candidate, he is going to mobilize his entire army that he has spent years building and accumulating
It's really smart.
to
It's really smart.
protest the corrupt politicians in their own countries, their own counties, their cities, everywhere, all across the fucking ballot.
Yeah.
These corrupt people that are selling you out to fucking health insurance companies
Mm-hmm.
that just want to fuck you over, sell you out to gun lobbyists, the NRA, so that your kids can keep getting mowed down in the fucking courtyard. All this shit. These people that are selling you out, he is going to mobilize his entire army, which is going to be it's just going to be one gigantic campaign against every single corrupt politician in this entire country, all across the entire nation. You seen that map? All across the entire country.
I have.
There's going to be protest after protest, protesting people like Mitch McConnell, Devin Nunes, and other Republicans I can't remember the fucking name of.
Yeah.
And we're going to put up the Justice Democrats have already been doing it. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, she's been doing it for about 2 years now, since I've seen her.
Yeah, she is the most popular politician in the entire country.
Yeah, she's the most recognized on Twitter from what a lot of people tell me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because she, instead of just beating around the bush, she actually just goes straight forward with her questions, which I really love.
Yeah, she is. And she is always well organized when it comes to her questioning in the chamber.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you also why that is because she is one of the very only fucking the only, not senators, but House members that pay her employees, her interns, all of them, everyone who works for her.
Mm-hmm.
Most people just take a bunch of interns from college or whatever and don't pay them shit or give them scraps. She is always so well prepared in that chamber because her people are full-time employees.
Ooh.
They are living in Washington, one of the most expensive states in this entire country. If not the most expensive, it's actually more expensive than California.
I didn't know that.
It is. I believe it is the most expensive state in the entire country. I don't know why. It's a shithole. But
I would have thought that it would have been.
But she is one of the only congresswomen and men, Congress people,
Mm-hmm.
that actually hire all of her people as full-time employees, and interns get paid in full. Not minimum wage. They get paid enough to live.
That's nice.
So they don't want to leave. They got a solid fucking job there. Better than anyone else in that fucking chamber of Congress. So that's why she is always so goddamn well prepared. Because she takes care of her people. They have health care. They get paid well.
So she's paying the.
They are taken care of.
Yeah, they're taken care of for.
And that's why she is always clip
prepared.
after clip popping up on the internet of her fucking destroying people in Congress. Because she is more prepared than anyone else in that chamber. And that's what happens when you pay people a living wage, provide people with health care, and an education. This all snowballs into everything. It makes the nation more effective. This country would really be the greatest country on earth if we just provided people with the bare necessities.
No, we don't want to do that. They don't want to do that.
The people up top don't want to do that.
Yeah, people.
Because they want to stay the people up top. You see, if everyone in this country was on even level, the people on the top, they'd be on the same health care as us.
Mm-hmm.
A single player program. Everyone is in it. Everyone in the entire country benefits from it. Everyone is on it. Everyone is taken care of. Their health care is now on our level. They're no longer paying their whatever for their super duper premiums where they can just fucking walk into their closet where they have an entire pharmacy to themselves. They're now down here on our level. Free college. Pete Buttigieg, whatever the fuck his name is, Buttigieg. I'm sure it's not Pete Buttigieg, it's Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Poop.
Pete Buttigieg.
You didn't have to say it like that, man.
Pete Buttigieg recently released a campaign ad where he attacked college for all. He says that I want to provide affordable college. Affordable college. Well, Barack Obama did that. And look how
That's still not working.
affordable college is.
How do you even spell Pete Buttigieg?
I don't know. You know, just type in Pete.
Oh, Pete.
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 Buttigieg is his last name. Sorry, Putapej. Or wait, yeah, Puta.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I called him P. Buttigieg. That's why. Yeah, Pete.
Pete Buttigieg. Okay.
He released a campaign ad attacking College for All. And his main argument for attacking College for All was that I don't want to provide rich people's kids. I don't want to give Donald Trump's kids access to free college. That's silly. That's silly. Why would I want to give billionaires' kids access to free college? For one, the free college is not covered by Ivy League universities.
Mm-hmm.
It's community colleges, state universities.
Yeah.
The colleges that rich people don't go to. What the fuck?
The colleges that
I'm
normal
not
people
gonna
go to.
I'm not gonna go to fucking Solano Community College and be tripping over billionaire kids. They're up there in the preppy fucking Ivy League schools or whatever the fuck that even means. That is not covered by free college.
Wait, is this Pete Buttigieg guy? Is he in the election?
You mean, is he running for president?
Yeah.
Yes.
He says that only recently black people have started voting.
Voting what?
It's just the first.
He has. Oh.
It's just the first topic. It says amidst that only recently realizing black people can vote.
So
whoa,
a couple weeks ago, no, about a week ago actually, a poll came out for showing support diverse groups, basically all the groups, races, etc., across the board for all the candidates.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bernie has the most support amongst
Everybody.
minorities.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg, guess how much support among black people he had?
1%.
1%?
0.5.
0.5. Come on now.
I don't know who he is.
Come on.
Come on.
You know he's got to have more than that. Give me one more guess.
All right, like 6%.
0%.
Oh. I didn't want to aim that low. I thought there was someone out
I
there.
didn't know it was possible to poll at 0%.
I would have thought
Even
someone would have been cool with him.
Bullock, Steve Bullock, the guy who just dropped out yesterday, and I tweeted this morning at Bullock's tweet his announcement that he's suspending his campaign. I tweeted at him, "I'm not even trying to hurt your feelings. Who the fuck is Steve Bullock?" That guy?
CNN posted out.
He's polling at 1%. I didn't know it was literally possible to poll at 0% for anything.
Oh, shit.
Especially since Pete Buttigieg is the mainstream's favorite candidate. Because he's gay Obama. He's gay. That's his selling point, really.
No.
He's gay. He's the mayor of the fourth largest city in Indiana. He has, before that, guess how much political experience he has before being mayor and running for president because he's not going to get reelected as mayor.
I don't think he had any.
He didn't have any.
Yeah, he was an attorney and a former professor.
He had 0 political experience. Then he became mayor. Then he realized, I'm not going to get reelected as mayor because I fired the black police chief of my city because he was being racially targeted by white cops in my city. So I fired him and put the racist cops in charge instead.
Literally no sense.
The people that are literally caught on video, on recording, calling him a nigger.
I'm about to bleep that.
No, you're not. Calling him a nigger. I'm going to promote that guy and fire the black guy who is racially targeted by other cops. So Pete Buttigieg realized he wasn't going to win re-election as mayor, so he ran for president. But he's essentially gay Obama, not going to do anything in office, not going to do a damn thing in office. But he is going. You can best believe he's going to give some tax breaks to rich people, to billionaires.
Yeah.
He's gonna dig more fucking people like us into more holes.
You just gotta.
So the mainstream loves him.
Yeah.
Because the mainstream is paid by all of the fucking people that put us in the hole.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's wrap it up right there.
All right, let's see how far we are, actually.
We went on for a while with that one.
We are actually an hour and 7 minutes in. And to that was actually a very good topic. Last week it was oh, I forgot about last week.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Well, thank you for listening to the Kings of Controversy podcast. We're still working on getting everything up and running, so you're not listening to this right now. Cut the damn recording.
All right. And now.